This is another edition of T.H.E.M.ES Agenda this week, a special report that focuses on the activities and achievements of the T.H.E.M.ES Agenda of Lagos State Governor. Lagos State is one of the world's largest and leading economies, and the state government is not resting on its oars as it keeps working round the clock towards creating opportunities for investment, employment, and wealth creation. The state is also one of the first points of entry into the country through its international, local airports, and seaports, which makes investment and tourism in the state easy through the various infrastructure and rising population. Into this special report on T.H.E.M.ES Agenda this week, Zainab Adebeshi of our News and Current Affairs Department focuses on the impact of the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led administration in the area of wealth creation and employment, representing the M component of the T.H.E.M.ES Agenda of the Governor of making Lagos a 21st century economy. The Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment was created through executive order on 17th June 2015 as part of the creation, abolition, and realignment of ministries and departments and agencies of the state government with a vision to be an enabling institution that creates sustainable wealth for Lagos citizens. The ministry is to promote and sustain entrepreneurship and employment through effective use of wealth creation strategies and resources by collaborating with all stakeholders. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration in Lagos launched the State Employment Trust Fund W, an initiative to help women birth their dreams into reality. The scheme targets between 5,000 and 10,000 women. Checks were presented to 794 beneficiaries of the Employment Trust Fund, where Governor Sanwo-Olu stated that the initiative is meant for those who require access to cheaper funds to actualize their dreams. The initiative came into being through a partnership between Access Bank and Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, saying the accessible funds have been increased from 4 to 10 billion naira. The governor informed residents that the loan can be accessed at any of the 57 Lagos State Employment Trust Fund locations across the state through completion of forms at any of their offices or online to commence the screening process for obtaining loans with the cheapest interest rate in the country. The Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Wealth Creation, has not only created wealth for Lagosians, but also created various employment opportunities in the state. Apart from employing people, the ministry, through its many aids and training, also thanked people, most especially the youth, to employers of labor. In February, Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Yetunde Arobieke, called on the youth population to embrace agricultural business as a means of empowerment and self-dependence in view of the economic situation in the country. The ministry recently embarked on a mentorship seminar organized by the Lagos State Government for Youths with the theme, Agripreneur, Strategy for Wealth Creation. One of the numerous strategies being deployed by the state ministry to reduce the unemployment rate among residents, especially the youth population. It is also aimed at encouraging youths to channel their vigor, strength, intellect, and energy to profitable ventures rather than engage in frivolities, saying there is need for more involvement of the youth population in the business of agriculture to boost the sector of the economy. While young entrepreneurs see agriculture as a lifestyle as well as a business that requires focus and hard work. It is also aimed at encouraging youths to channel their vigor, strength, intellect, and energy to profitable ventures rather than engage in frivolities, saying there is need for more involvement of the youth population in the business of agriculture to boost the sector of the economy. While young entrepreneurs see agriculture as a lifestyle as well as a business that requires focus and hard work. Participants at the seminar were tutored on the need to understand the intricacies involved in the agri business, in addition to the need for a good management strategy. Earlier in the year, in March, the ministry graduated 1,140 youths on digital literacy with the aim of empowering and equipping unemployed youths with digital entrepreneurship skills. Commissioner, Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, Yetunde Arobieke, opined that the aim of the initiative is to drive and ensure youth's readiness for the future workplace, noting that the fallout of the talent discovery in conjunction with Mesas Digital Aged Consultants Limited is to engage unemployed youths and to utilize the benefit of their endowed talent to the generality of the state.
The program was held in the 5 divisions, and you see a lot of youths attending from the 1 to the head. So what that says is that our
Under the Sanwo-Olu administration, the ministry also gave training to over 2,000 artisans who are members of the Lagos State Council for Tradesmen and Artisans last quarter on modern-day best practices needed to develop their skills, knowledge, and boost production. The Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Yetunde Arobieke, said the program will further help bridge the job scarcity gap among the teeming population in the state and enhance the employability skills of the beneficiaries in the areas of teamwork, time management, and good communication skills. Arobieke said the Lagos State government is already mapping out plans to create various hubs like the Leather Hub, Fashion Hub, amongst others, to give room for various individuals to showcase their skills and also to promote use and patronage for made in Nigerian products.
We've spoken to all of them. We sat them and we're about to do this. Are you with us? They said they are with us. So that gives us an impression that we're going to upskill so many people in that sector. Then we want to establish the fashion hub. We want to establish the fish hub. We want to encourage our people to do things, with a new knowledge of the way it's been done. So that at the end of the day, our name still will be ringing in places outside Nigeria that something good is happening in Nigeria.
Aside this, various retraining will still be organized to ensure that concerned artisans become technologically driven and garner enough skills that are up to global best practices. It is pertinent to note that the state government has not only shown interest in developing the capacities of university graduates, but also lends credence to the value attached to the contributions of tradesmen and artisans in the state, who are often described as members of the informal sector and the engine that drives the economy of the state. They work towards the realization of a common purpose, which is building a vibrant informal sector for sustainable economic growth. In its bid to further empower and ensure suitable job opportunity for more artisans operating in the state, a 1 billion naira fund was unveiled through the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund in collaboration with Polaris Bank, which can be accessed at the LSETF office or via the website. Also, the ministry, in partnership with the West African Vocational Education Wave Academy, had a training program for 250 unemployed youths on employability skills after holding an exhibition and fashion event for previous trainee graduates who had participated in the program. Also, to assist youths, micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs in Lagos, the state government promised to create more avenues from the state's database to enhance productivity and boost businesses, which will also promote economic growth at no cost. The programs embarked upon by the ministry to alleviate poverty among residents are innumerable. The Lagos State Graduate Internship Program also started with eligible residents between the ages of 20 to 35 years who benefited from the program were paid a sum of 40,000 naira for 6 months. In the same vein, through the Lagos State Graduate Internship Placement Program, LASKIP, 2,000 youths were empowered and already 1,275 companies have indicated their willingness to take on the interns after their training, which would enhance productivity and promote economic growth in the state. Graduates who have completed their NYSC program and possess their Lagos State Residence Registration Agency LASRA cards are encouraged to key into the program through the dedicated link gipplasg.lagostate.gov.ng to afford them the lifelong opportunity that the state government will be rolling out in phases as 4,000 youths will be employed under this program. The youths will also be trained on office ethics before they are being absorbed by the various agencies they are posted to under the Lagos State Civil Service. The ministry also embarked on the cash transfer program, an initiative of the federal government, which the Lagos State government embraced in April 2020. Under the scheme, indigent residents of the state are paid 5,000 naira monthly. This program has been launched in 6 local government areas: Amu Wardofi, Apapa, Lagos Island West, Lagos Island East, Epe, Bejuleki, and Badagry. The present administration, through its Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, also keyed into the N-Power program, one of the national social intervention program of the federal government targeted at unemployed young Nigerian youth between the ages of 18 and 35. It kicked off in Lagos State in February 2017 with a total of 22,847 youth for both batches A and B. The beneficiaries in Lagos have worked in various sectors including health, agriculture, teaching and other variants of the scheme, which includes N-Build, N-Tech and N-Agro. Also recently, a sensitization workshop was held for exited Lagos State N-Power beneficiaries as a way to wrap up the program and further chart a career path for future prospects. It is worthy to note that the ministry provided succor to residents during the ravaging pandemic with provision of post-COVID-19 palliative to artisans and tradesmen in the state. The beneficiaries of the various programs put in place by the state government commended the efforts of the government by creating profitable avenues to eradicate poverty, unemployment, and also find lasting solutions in boosting not only the state economy, but that of the country as a whole.
We're taught emotional intelligence. We're also taught how to manage our expectations. Most of these companies need people that can also time manage themselves. We're taught how to manage things. We're even taught how to be an employer of our own. It's not compulsory that after the training we get to go and work for other people, but we're taught how to job search and how to get job by our own selves.
So when I heard about this program at my local government in Lagos, we were told Lagos State want to sponsor 50 graduates. I said a graduate, mechanic. I studied banking and finance in LASU. I said, how would this one? I'm not a science student. How would I say, okay, let me give it a try?
The years I went through school, I'm not saying it's not important, but I think it was much of theory. This actually showed us how to use these things for an employer so that you'll be employable. It gave us a practical side to life.
One of the things that I really appreciate concerning this program is that it was a transparent one. You don't have to know anybody before you apply, so I really appreciate the state government.
So I'm happy that the Lagos state government is thinking in this regard to be able to help the disengaged youth.
Some Lagosians also expressed their opinions about the giant strides of the Lagos state government through the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment.
The Ministry for Wealth and Employment Creation in Lagos State, the creation of that ministry in the first place is a good thing for the state and the unemployed, because that means you're having a government that is trying to refocus and redistribute wealth and empowerment across this population.
Actually, when you see what is going on in the country right now, the youth have faced a lot of unemployment, and when you look at the preparation of the Lagos state government towards the Wealth Creation Ministry, we see that they are in line, in top gear to ensure that we tackle unemployment in Lagos State, where we have a lot of youth that are moving up and down the street, where there's no wall, But with the line of Lagos State government through the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, we see that a better change is coming to our state, which is Lagos State.
I would say they are trying.
Even across of creating what's called student internships and the rest, and also providing jobs through SMEs and supporting businesses, and also through empowerment, youth empowerment, and providing skills like tailoring and the rest, especially designer and the rest, and carpentry. They've done much like that to help reduce the unemployment rate in Nigeria. But more needs to be done by maybe you have private and public partnership, in the sense that private entities have to partner with the government institutions to also facilitate students and people to gain more expertise or knowledge about entrepreneurship skills.
But they're also trying, at least like the creation of the NNLC, the more buses that they bought so that they can at least equip drivers, ticketers, and stuff like that. Like they did a lot, but with the population of Lagos State, like we have about 20 million citizens in Lagos, and like very little percentage of that population is actually having jobs to go to every day. They could do more. They could do more, a lot more. But like for now, they are trying, at least with the capacity and everything.
The Governor of Sanwo-Olu-led administration, no doubt in the last 500 days and beyond, is leaving no stone unturned to empower youths, artisans, graduates, and women in the state through all its empowerment programs and platforms. It is pertinent to implore all those who are in these categories to continue to avail themselves with the opportunities provided through all these ideas and programs as Lagos tries to become a 21st century economy. On this note, we come to the end of today's special report on T.H.E.M.ES Agenda this week, with focus on Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration's efforts on wealth creation and employment. For feedback, you can follow us on all our social media platforms. Twitter, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe to our channel, Traffic Radio 961. You can download our app, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM from Play Store for more updates. This program is a production of Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. I am Abiola Fagbolago.
You just listened to another edition of T.H.E.M.ES Agenda this week, which focused on the activities and achievements of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration through the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment. There will be a repeat broadcast just after the news at 9.